Welcome back everyone, my name's Don and I'm building Lady Garnet, a 48-foot trading wherry, the first of her kind since 1912, to use to carry cargo along the rivers and waterways of the UK. In the last episode, the first installment of oak was picked up from Norfolk and brought down to Tom Jones Boatyard in Windsor on the River Thames. So the timber is now all safely into my tent. It's going to be staying here for just a little while, but there's a few things that I need to do to the timber that's very important to get done straight away. And that is, I need to coat the ends of the planks. Now, if you look closely at the ends here, you will see all of this checking that's occurring at the end. Now the reason that this is happening is because of the way the timber is drying. So this was cut at the beginning of December, so it's had a few months to start drying, and wood dries roughly 8 times quicker through the end grain than it does through the rest of the plank. Now if you think about how a tree works, drawing up water through the roots and into the tree, it makes sense that's the exact same way that it's going to exit as it's drying, through the end grain. And that uneven drying is what's causing those splits, which is not good, so I need to take care of this straight away. So what I need to do is first I need to cut off the ends to get rid of those splits, otherwise it's just going to keep splitting. And then I need to put some kind of sealant on the ends. Now, there's quite a lot of argument about what is the best thing to use to seal the ends of timber. Some people say you've got to use anchor seal, it's the only thing that works. Some people say you can use any kind of oil-based paint, acrylic paint. Some people say you can use latex paint. I've heard that a DIY trick is to melt a candle and smear the wax onto the ends of it. I think that the arguments are about nuances. I think it all works to a certain extent. And I think it's one of those things that you've probably got to not stress out about. It's more about get it on there quick. And if you are using a thinner paint, you know, put a couple coats on. I'll probably put a couple coats on. And I think another thing that can potentially make a difference, well, there's 2 things that can make a difference, I think. And one of those is location. I'm in the UK. This is not exactly what you'd call a hot, dry climate. The wood is not going to suddenly start drying out super quick. It is going to dry out quite slowly. Especially since the beginning of it is going to be from, as I say, early December when this was cut. You know, we're going through these months. I mean, this hasn't really dried that much over the last few months. It's been cold, it's been wet, very damp. The other potential consideration, of course, is the kind of timber that you're using. The more open-pored the timber is, then the quicker it's going to dry out. I wouldn't think personally that oak would be that much of a problem. Oak takes longer to dry usually. So again, I don't think this is going to be a huge concern. What is a concern is the fact that there is no protection on it at the moment, so I need to get doing that right away. The other thing that I want to do, this will make it easier to store and it will stop bugs from boring into the wood, is I'm going to cut off all the bark and also a lot of the sapwood. People sometimes say to me, Don, it's amazing how you move this size of timber all by yourself. How do you do it? Well, the simple answer is, I have no idea. Set up these trestles. I'm going to try and move this onto those trestles. What I'm going to do after that, I don't really know. So the good news is, the actual planks, as I suspected, are, as you can see, much more easy to maneuver than this thing. This capping piece, that is a hefty chunk of oak, and especially with the trestles being so high, they're quite unstable. So I just had to be really careful moving it. Obviously, I've dealt with timber quite a bit, but dealing with stuff of this size, especially oak, it isn't something that you get to do every day. So on one hand, it's quite a pleasure to do. On the other hand, figuring out how to best move it by yourself can be a challenge. Obviously, with the telehandler is the easiest way, but not realistic to be borrowing the telehandler every time I want to move a piece of oak. I'll put that in the video.
Grab hold of that, and I'm just going to walk it that way, okay?
Okay.
You ready?
Yep.
There you go. You go to the gym all day. I know. I hope that's on camera. Oh, it is. That's
It
cool.
is, yeah.
Just be sitting there.
Had to delete that.
I'll lift this side. You're going to be able to get past all this.
Well, we'll give it a go.
Alright, ready?
Yep.
1, 2, 3. Yeah, this one's definitely happening.
Yeah.
How do you want to do this? That's me on the back end. Oh, that's me there. Right. I risk it was toe cap. There you go. There you go. That wasn't on my limit, but it's getting closer, right?
Yeah. You can see why I can lift it.
I lifted it. Fine, what's your problem?
This is why we've got the ends off. So now I'm painting the ends of the 6x6 and 3x6 bulks. You may wonder why I'm telling you this, since you can obviously see for yourself. Well, the reason is that I had to remove the natural sound from this part of the video because I didn't switch off the music I was playing in the background. Viennese operetta, for those who are curious. And if YouTube detects copyrighted music in my video, then I can't monetize it, so I've muted the sound and I'm talking randomly over it instead, which YouTube does not object to. Back to the planks, you can see the split in this plank. That's the pith of the tree. That usually will split, but I don't mind that. I'm just going to cut along it, and frankly, it will make the planks easier to maneuver, since I'll have 2 planks at half the weight. You will also notice that I'm using a different circular saw. This DeWalt one is mine. I've just bought it after months of knowing I was going to need one, and it's absolutely brilliant, especially if I use some WD-40 on the blade every so often. I've taken to applying it every time I go sort of halfway through a plank, so about 10 feet, although sometimes it seems like it's going quite well. I'll just do the entire length. So that's all she wrote for this video. Remember, if you'd like to support the Lady Garnet project, you can become a Patreon, or you can also donate to the fundraiser. Both of those links are in the video description below. As always, thank you so much to everybody for the support. It is hugely appreciated. Please do hit the like and subscribe button so that way you're notified when the next episode comes out. I'll see you then. Thanks for watching.